Hello everybody, this is Graeme Anderson, and today I'm looking at Nancy Drew's Mystery at Magnolia Gardens. Now right off the bat, this is not a standard board game. This is definitely something a little different. This is a kind of a mystery box put up by Hunt a Killer, which is a subscription box service offering a monthly mystery box delivered right to your home. Now you can buy a set of these boxes without subscribing to them, and I've even seen like these individual one-offs at my local game store. Now, I had looked into the subscription option before, but was always maybe a little hesitant as to how much I would actually enjoy doing it. And honestly, because of the cost to ship it up here to Canada, but that's just a border issue. There's nothing they can do about shipping charges. Now, as a little background, I love reading and watching murder mysteries. And I love doing physical escape rooms and those types of mind puzzles. So I figured this type of thing probably should be right up my alley. So when I had a chance to get this game, I knew I wanted to try it as soon as possible. Now this is a standalone mystery. You don't need anything else than beyond what's in this box. So, will this game lead me down a rabbit hole of mysteries? Or will the game be exposed at the first clue? Let's get it to the table. I'm going to show you the components, not necessarily how it's played, and we'll come back with my final thoughts on Mystery at Magnolia Gardens.
So here we have all the components for Mystery at Magnolia Gardens. Since there's no real gameplay, this is going to be more of a what's in the box section. You've got the rulebook, which explains how the game works and what you're going to be doing, and an opening letter from Nancy Drew stating the situation and all of her case notes to date. You've got cards for each of the people involved with the mystery, and a little background on the reverse of the cards. There are various notes, items, and documents, all from the Magnolia Gardens. There's also a map and a brochure about the exhibit that's happening. There's a tiny little bag, and of course, a locked box. Now there also is a solution envelope that once you're done, you're going to open it to see if you're correct. Now as for the gameplay, this is not a standard board game. You're given all these items at the start of the game, and it's up to you to go through all of them and tease out the story and solve the mystery. When you think you know who did it, how they did it, and why they did it, you open up the solutions envelope to see if you're correct. Now this game is completely resettable, so there's no reason to destroy any components, but unfortunately the game is not replayable. It's really a one and done game. So that's what's in the box and quickly how to play. So let's get back to see what I thought about Mystery at Magnolia Gardens.
So, theme and components. And this is where I think this experience really excels. The theme of being an acquaintance of Nancy Drew just really works in this case. Now I've never read any Nancy Drew novels, but that's okay. The stories it tells is not reliant on that. The theme is that someone has been potentially poisoned and you're sent to review the case materials to see if you can untangle that mystery. That works perfectly. As the components, again, spot on because it feels real. You aren't reading about sea packages, you can pick them up and look at them. There's a real map in here that you would normally get if you went to one of these things, or, a brochure. All of this stuff just feels as if it's part of this world and helps you get into that story. And I like that there were different types of notes. Not only is there kind of typewritten notes, but there are handwritten notes, obviously by different people. It's very nicely done. Now this is where I normally go into the gameplay. And honestly, there isn't much. This isn't exactly a board game, but then maybe things like the Exit games or the Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detectives are not traditional board games either. But I'll tell you right now that I enjoy doing Exit games, and I really enjoy the Sherlock Holmes and the Mythic Tales style of games. And this experience fits right in there with those types of games. It's even more unstructured than Sherlock Holmes, and that might put some people off. There's really no end to the game until you decide to end it. Think you have the answer? Well, open up that envelope and find out. There's no go here and read this first, or first discover this, which leads to that. Now, there's a tiny bit of that when it comes to this lockbox, but I never felt I was being led by the nose. I was free to tackle the mystery however I wanted. I get all the components and you just have at it. And that was a fun experience. So would I recommend this game? Yes, I would. If you like mysteries or know someone who does, this might be a really fun experience for them. It isn't a board game where you have to sit down and listen and understand all the rules. You're just given all the components and have at them. I thought the theme and components work so well together that it really helped me draw me into this world. I also liked that as kind of my first experience with this type of game, it was straightforward, no red herrings, and you were able to piece it all together. I never felt like I was guessing or had to have huge leaps of logic. Some things I felt maybe were a little lacking is a bit on the easy side, and I was able to finish this in about 45 minutes. The game is also really intended for one person, and that's the way I played it. I don't think it would work well as a large group experience, but maybe as a family game night with children, it would work. We can kind of help them kind of piece together the clues. The other downside of the game is you're either right or you're wrong. There's no grading or score. It's a one-shot deal. When you decide to see if you're right, the game is over with no second chances. And one final negative, and I'm including this in the negative section, but that's going to be up to you. If you do enjoy this experience, you're really encouraged to subscribe to the monthly subscription service. I don't have a problem with that. My local game store has carried some of these one-offs, but they're not consistently available. So you can also buy sets of these directly from the company and bypass that subscription service. But I did want to bring it up in case you're interested in this or similar games that they put out. You're not going to be able to just walk down to any local game store and pick them up off the shelf. They're going to be harder to find, or you have to order them directly from the manufacturer. But overall, I'm going to give this experience an 8 out of 10 in the Dice Tower seal of approval. If you're looking for a different experience and really enjoy well-done mystery to solve, then you should definitely check this out, even if it was a bit on the easy side. But I think for a first experience with this style of game, that's probably a good thing. And I can say that since I finished this, I've gone back to look at that subscription package, and I'm very tempted to try it. And I think that says something about the experience I had. And that's it for the moment. Until next time, thanks for watching.